thokozani, dumelang, lesedi. Hello everyone and welcome to the one-on-one sessions with Gogo Musare, and I'm your host Gogo M, giving you guys tips, lessons and teachings on everything spirituality. Okay, so today I want us to talk about places where one can go to connect with all the ancestors and communicate with them. These are places with very powerful spiritual energy, and these are places that can be found all over the world. Okay, so with these places that I've noted down, one place that I've excluded is the rivers and the waters, because I want to note down places that anybody can go to. Okay, whether you are a Sangoma, whether you're not a Sangoma, whether you have appeased the ancestors or have not appeased them, or whether or not your ancestors are happy with you or not, this is a perfect place for you to go in order to get atonement, to get your ancestors forgive you, and to lessen the wrath of your ancestors and have the best communication with them as much as you possibly can. Okay, and another thing about it is that these places are connected with the soil. Okay, they're connected with the earth, meaning what, in this particular places where Lord, you will go and communicate with your ancestors, depending on how it is that you communicate with your ancestors. It can be through prayer, it can be through patla and whatnot. You will be connecting with every single ancestor in your lineage and will be able to connect with the earth. It's on its own, meaning what, when you connect with the earth, you're able to connect with the water spirits, the air spirits, the fire spirits, whatever kind of spirits that you may have. These places will actually help you in accompanying, like in communicating with those spirits. So these three places are, first of all, the anthill. Okay, the anthill, also known as Seolo. I will put a picture of it right there in a few minutes. The second place is called Sebatabadim, which is an open field. Okay. The third place is a Morula tree. Morula tree is actually one of the most powerful places, or one of the most powerful spiritual objects there is out there, and it's actually used to communicate with every single spirit or communicate with the ancestors in your lineage. So what are the specific uses of this particular place? First of all, you can use it to connect and communicate with all the ancestors and spirits in your lineage, meaning all the ancestors that you know of, the ones that you do not know of, the ancestors whose graves you know where they are, or the ancestors by Longo you don't know when they were buried, where they were buried and whatnot. You can communicate with them in these particular places. This is where you go to either one of these three places and you partner there. You call all your ancestors. You can call them by the surnames and also emphasize that you're calling all the ancestors in your lineage. But one thing that I would like to warn people is that thing out, when you communicate with your ancestors in these particular places, emphasize that you're calling the ancestors that are in the light, because remember that there are people in your family that may have used magic, or rather used muti in the wrong way, and those tend to be very evil or dark spirits at the end of the day. So in a way, when you're busy communicating with your spirits or your ancestors in these particular places, you are advised to actually call the ancestors that are in the light. Okay, the second reason why, the second use of these places, you can use it to confess your sins and seek for atonement. So if you're a person who's done a lot of bad things, you've done a lot of bad things, and your past or your bad deeds are haunting you or tormenting you, and these bad deeds, the torment that you're getting, comes from the ancestors in a sense. You can actually go to this place to seek for forgiveness for your sins and seek for atonement as well. Okay, all your spirit guides, you'll call them to actually have them forgive you for what you've done wrong and have them guide you into being a better person or doing better things or changing for the better as a person. Okay, the third reason, this one is mainly for the anthill. So let's say, for example, you go to the anthill. So the soil at the anthill can be used to actually wash away darkness, dark energy, and istito. Okay, even though yes, the problem may be because of the fact that multiple people may be going there now and then, but one thing that I have noticed about spiritually powerful places is that those places tend to cleanse themselves the same way that the river cleanses itself, meaning what, if one person goes there or washes off dark energy in the river right now, and you go there afterwards to wash your dark energy, the other person's dark energy will not affect you as well, because the river constantly cleanses itself. itself. So this is something that happens a lot with these particular places. Even the anthill, sometimes it is able to cleanse itself of the darkness that it is in, or it has been put in by other people, meaning that as a person you can actually use the soil from the anthill to actually bathe with, to remove the darkness. But bear in mind, with this kind of ritual, I would advise a person to use an anthill that is far from reach, meaning with an anthill that is not accessible by a lot of people, in a sense. Ne? Number 4, ne? You can use it to relocate certain ancestors, including the ones that are lost. Okay, so this is for people or maybe you hear about a certain ancestor in the family who is missing. Maybe this person passed away a long time ago, like Indiki spirit, in a sense. We know this person passed away far from home. They have never been relocated, and they've never been located, and you aren't able to find where they are. This is a place where you go to Pasha to find where this person is buried, or if not to find where this person is buried, or relocate this person, or bring back this person's spirit. It is a place where you can go to actually call upon the spirit, so you can do the necessary processes or rituals to return the spirit back home without having the need or the purpose of actually going and looking for the particular place where this person actually passed away. So you can actually find spirits that pass away far from home, relocate certain spirits, and then at the same time you can also bring back lost spirits from these particular places. And the last use of these places is that you can also use it to negotiate with your ancestors. So negotiating with the ancestors is one of those things where at some point you just have to do it. Like, you'd find out your ancestors want you to appease them right now, but you are not ready. So one thing that you can do, if your ancestors are understanding, you can go to these particular places, partner there, and negotiate with them as much as you possibly can. And what that will do is that will help with your ancestors in terms of them understanding your reasons and allowing the negotiation to go your way, in a sense. Okay, so these are the 3 important places: the anthill, the Swatabadim, which is an open field, and also Murula tree. Those are the 3 places where, Lord, you can do all these things that in terms of connecting or communicating with the ancestors. This is a perfect place where you can connect with all your ancestors, regardless of what kind of spiritual gift you have, whether it's Banguni or Amandawi, it's a water spirit or a fire spirit or whatever spirit it is. These are the places that you can go to communicate with all your ancestors, whether you know of them or whether you don't, or whether you are very far from home. Let's say, for example, you're living overseas, but originally you're South African or Nigerian or Zimbabwean or whatever culture you are, but you're outside that particular country. Those are the places that you can go to partner and speak to your ancestors, so they can actually hear your messages from a mile away. If, let's say, for example, you did not bring them with you when you actually moved to this particular new place that you're in at the moment. Anyways, I hope this does help you guys a lot, and I hope it assists you guys in terms of communicating with your ancestors and speaking to them and bringing them closer to you, and also assist you in spiritual works that you are doing as well. Anyways, have a beautiful one. Thokozani. We're walking in the bright stars, dancing in the moonlight. Evenings never been so sweet. We sing the sun is sleep and we're walking at the pain, so evenings never been so sweet. Oh my